We have our first big problem.
No, I don't want any big. There's no big problem.
It's our first big problem.
I don't want a big problem.
I know, I don't want it either. Oddly, that it's the day after our warranty expired.
No, it's today.
Oh, well, good. Document it. Today. First big problem.
What?
Did you want to, before I show you that, did you want to stand over there and make sure that this slide's good not to run into the electrical box?
I don't like this at all.
I know. It's no good. Let's get this slide out first.
Go!
A man and a woman left their home to switch things up and go on the road. They didn't know where they would go, but it's gotta be better than staying home. They switched it up. They switched it up.
Well, hello. All right, so
That's what you got.
that's what I got. Let's talk about the slide. I know you guys are tuning in, and if you're lived the RV life for any amount of time, at some point something big is going to break. That is going to throw your world on tilt. And I think that's what happened with us. Wouldn't you agree?
It was no fun.
It was no fun. On October 23rd of 2021, on the day, it was the 1 year date of when we purchased our RV, the wonderful slide stopped working.
Yeah, it just wouldn't go.
It was kind of like slow. Every time you'd pull it in, it was kind of slow.
Yeah, and I would hear this like weird, like I don't know, I started hearing like a weird clicking noise. I'm like, okay, it just doesn't sound right.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, it just was done.
Mm-hmm.
It sounded weird when I pulled it in today.
Oh, no, no, no! Seriously? I didn't want to push it too far because I can tell the motor's not kicking.
I just want to make sure that we're caught on something. It's not like grabbing that corner. But yeah.
When you pulled it in, what did it do?
It just came slow. Like it just came slow, and I thought, well, maybe it's because we were unplugged from the shore power, and so maybe it was just the battery, pulling it in. But it just came slow, but it just sounded different. It sounded different, and it came in a lot slower than normal, and now I'm like, oh, it won't go out. Is there anything stuck back there?
Did it do like some clicking or anything?
No. I don't think that's a good idea.
Well, it might.
But you're gonna break the wood.
No, I'm not. Trust me.
I don't trust you. Because you.
Okay, try it.
Oh, like just shaking it's gonna make it work.
Well, sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Mhm. Now.
Stop.
No, I'm not touching
Oh.
it. You need to stop. See how it's off. It's off on that one side. Good thing it's the positive is it's not it's not the catching slide, but it's like it's not catching on that one corner. It's like the left side wants to go out, but the right side doesn't.
That's the thing.
You know what I think? I think I saw that Chad did a video on the slides.
Shut up. Shut up. That's not even funny. Look upside. On our slide out, we managed to get it out about maybe a foot so we can walk around.
Get to it, yes.
Yeah. And then when we get ready to leave, we got a call in. The problem is this is our 1 year. Today is actually our 1 year of purchasing. So our warranty expires tomorrow. Yes. So I called in and left them a message giving them the date. So we'll talk to them on Monday. And then when we actually move again, hopefully we'll get a repair person out or something. Slide we got to push out just a little bit just so we could get the drawers in and out. Now we gotta try to push the slide back in. Grand Design said that they need us to take it to some dealership. We're gonna have to figure that out as we have so many other stops. So now I'm gonna go outside, try to push it in so we can hit the road. We've tried a lot of different things. I've done the reset down on the bottom. I know what cap our motor is, so I know how many watts the motor is. If it's the motor, it sounds like the motor's working, but it's not connecting to the rod that goes down in. So I learned that there's a collar there. So somehow maybe the motor and the rod that spins to move it in and out have come apart. Or I noticed there was a gasket that was kind of underneath on the last stop that looked like it would kind of come apart, so it could be caught underneath the roller that's binding it up. So it could be a combination of any of that stuff. So that's where we're at on this whole journey. So now we got to go out and try to push it in. It's great that it started raining. The goal here is I'm going to try to use the app that's on here, and then as it's going in one side, try to jam in the other side. That's how I was able to get it out. We can actually move. So that's kind of the hope. Hopefully the app connects and hurts the old shoulder. Oh, look at there.
You can travel.
That's all you got, right? RV life, it's at its best. All right, so we have a victory currently. So it's in. We'll probably have to do that again to get it out a little bit, to use the drawers in the closet, but that's just part of the life. Then we'll have to figure out where we're gonna go to try to have that looked at. There's a couple things that we're thinking it could be. It sounds like the motor's still trying to engage, so I'm thinking that it's somehow separated from the collar. Not quite sure. We'll play it by ear. After studying it, there's not a whole lot of moving parts in these, believe it or not. It should be either that or something's caught underneath the rollers, maybe, I don't know. Okay, so here it is. It's broken. And we were sitting there thinking, okay, how are we going to maneuver this? Because we knew in just like probably 4 or 5 days, we were supposed to meet over 200 people at our huddle, our very first huddle.
The crew was all gathering in Georgia. It's just complicated when you're full timing.
Yeah.
It's not like you can just determine.
We can't just go park it somewhere.
Yep,
now
just
all
be done for our week camping trip, and then we can have them work on it. This is our home.
Yep. So we elected that, okay, we made the phone calls in to Grand Design. Grand Design behind the scenes said, okay, that's great. You're going to have to take it to somewhere qualified to fix it. One of their partners, one of their dealership. We could not organize that in the same amount of time that we were taking off to go to the huddle. So we elected, we're going to go to the huddle. We're going to hang out, and the benefit was we were going to have 3 or 4 different people that could work on rigs.
Yeah.
They're qualified to work on.
They had just went to they've been through the NR schooling.
NRVTA, yeah.
Yeah, they've been through that schooling down there. So we call them our Switch Crew Chads, and we knew that our Switch Crew Chads were going to be there.
And so yeah, we threw that right into their court, and
we're so glad to meet you. This is broken.
And they jumped right on it.
They did. They definitely, bless their hearts, they took a look at it, tried to figure out what was wrong with it.
So you guys remember last summer when we were jacked up with our slide, thing wouldn't work for, weeks or felt like months on end, finally got it repaired. Well, I'll have you know that we are not the only people to have ever endured a slide problem. My buddy Todd here, I guess, apparently is without a slide. And look at, here we are. These guys right now are taking care of my buddy. Here at the meetup, he's got folks out here not only helping him get his slide all repaired out, which won't come out, and we know how that sucks, but he did something that's so cool. He is not just about getting his rig repaired. He brought 3 mobile techs out here to come and help all these other rigs, right, to get repaired. If something was wrong inside of their RV, he had the forethought to think, let's help as many people while we're all here at the meetup all weekend long to take care of others. These are the people that are incredible, both behind the scenes and in front of the scenes. So next meetup, you better sign up fast because it's gonna go. Buddy.
I see you. I see you in your big lens.
This is a family channel, Todd. We don't use that kind of language.
I use a duck. I duck quack it.
He's now gonna put us on YouTube Watch because he's saying the curse words.
Welcome to YouTube Cribs. Come on, nothing to hide.
What are you doing?
Don't you worry about nothing. You ready? Yep, you ready? Set, go. How much more? Good?
We don't want to get...
What? Okay.
Yeah, we don't want to get too off the...
RV repairs 101, eh, buddy?
Yeah, this is the lifestyle. This is what you sign up for, is this amazing adventure. You gonna get back in here? Now we let the tech go in and really...
Let's see if I... Oh my God, I'm not getting that way.
No.
Not that time.
I might actually get my shirts out now, though.
Yeah, well, we're going to try to get this thing working.
Well, it sure worked a lot easier than last time. One time when I was at band camp, it's a really good story with that.
One time at band camp, you had to kick somebody's RV door open.
Yeah, we had to. That's where I learned my Karate Kid skills. It usually starts with a crane. That's how it progressed into RV life.
It always starts with the crane.
It always starts with the crane.
Yeah.
It always, like, did it help or hurt? That's the question. Oh, it helped a lot. See, I feel good about this. We're gonna get it fixed. Maybe. We'll see. Welcome to YouTube RV Lifestyle Cribs. Here's our flag, or our map. See, that's the map.
That is the famous map.
That is the famous map. That's the only way we're going to survive now, is I just kick it out every place we go. We call it good. You have to let it roll off. Just let it roll off. It's good. It's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine.
That's exactly it. What?
What is that blue thing?
Unfortunately, as they started working on it, they realized there was something a little more wrong with the slide than they anticipated. And it could be a matter of having to pull the whole slide out. And they were like, we can't do that here. And they worked on it for probably 2-3 hours while everyone was kind of coming by and saying hi, and we were all messing around, which was a lot of fun. They were like, okay, Todd, this is what we think you need to do. And so we scheduled a time to run it over to basically Myrtle Beach area.
Yes, we were headed that direction next.
Right.
And we thought, okay, this might work out perfectly. We found a dealership close by where we were going to be staying at, so that we could, and we were going to go home for the holidays for Thanksgiving. So we thought, well, this might work out perfect timing. We can have them look at it while we go celebrate the holidays.
Now, this is where the story takes, if you are living the RV life and you're thinking, okay, it's got to be a nightmare to get things fixed, it can be probably one of the most challenging things if you're living the full-time lifestyle, because like she said, it is your home. They were very gracious that first time to actually look at it, and we actually were able to just pull in, and we spent the night in a hotel that night while they assessed all the issues.
And if you're full-time, you know that a hotel every once in a while is a great thing. It's long, continuous hot showers. I
Yes.
get a king-size bed, which is further away from your snoring. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's very nice.
After they made the assessment of what was wrong, they started telling us things like, okay, here's what's wrong. We'll get a hold of Grand Design. Is there a place that you can go while we start sorting this out? Now we're in a holding pattern, because with all of the stuff that's going on in the wonderful world right now, parts are short supply. Ordering them, getting them in is always the biggest challenge.
Yep.
And we were blessed that there was somebody that had a spot for us.
Yes,
Unfortunately,
another switch crew.
Another switch crew
always comes to the rescue.
So we boogied down to Hilton Head. So now, from October 23rd to about now, we're about the second week of November. And so we go down to Hilton Head, and they were the dealership, which I'm trying to debate. I don't really want to say their name because I was so angry with them that I don't think it's fair. But I think doing your due diligence on who's going to work on your rig or what dealership you're going to use, I should have dug more, I think. is what I think I've learned in this scenario played
Well,
out.
I also think that that's a key component when you're looking to purchase your rig.
Yes.
When you're looking to purchase your rig, the sales team always seems to be great.
Overpromises.
Always, you know, the sales team is there and they're willing to tell you all these things. But if you call the service department and they don't seem to answer the phone, or you can't get a hold of anybody,
Or if you have to leave a message and they don't call you back for a day.
yeah, or days on
Yes.
end, like.
So-
Service department is a big key when you're looking for a place to buy your RV from.
Yes, definitely. Now, the dealership that we were at is not the place that we purchased.
Right.
They were just more of a dealership that had multiple locations. Well, I looked at the reviews, but once they looked at the rig, I started looking around. They're like, we'll order the parts, we'll get them in. This is RV life.
Moving the closet out of the closet.
Like we said, if you're going to do full timing, there's at some point something's going to break and you have to make some adjustments. We're making adjustments.
Yeah. Shoving crap.
It's going to be a couple weeks, they said. They're trying to get this to at least work so they can order parts. They're going to shove it back in, so now we're going to have to pull all of our stuff out, put it in the garage for the next few weeks. Everyone wants to see, like, well, what's it really like? Oh, this is the glamorous stuff. You didn't see the glamorous stuff.
Yes.
Is that all the hanging clothes you gave me?
I think that's enough. I just will do laundry.
Okay. And then we'll use these buckets to...
Well, these are
do
your
whatever.
jeans and yada yada.
Okay.
So, pull the closet into the garage.
So here's a hack. We have the tension rod for our curtains that goes on the back. I pulled it from the back, pulled it up here, and made a curtain rod all the way across the top of the motorcycle. You like that hack? That's a good hack. I use a bungee up here, so it'll probably bounce.
It's every girl's dream. Closet of every girl. It's a big walk-in closet.
Today's question we've been messing around with for quite a while. What happens when you're living full-time and your rig breaks?
You say a cuss word. I don't know. That's what
We do duck quacks on our channel, but
you do a duck quack. That's
yeah, we
what
do duck quacks when we have those moments. We hopefully will have some sort of a solution soon. Alas, the day has come. We are now homeless.
They thought they could fix it today,
The
but
slide is broken.
broken more than they thought. So
Now we have nowhere to go. We have no hotel rooms. We have nothing.
we almost had an RV park, and I thought, oh, that'll be good. But yeah, it's no good to have an RV park without an RV.
Just thought we'd give you a little fun update. This is fabulous.
This is RV life at its
That is
finest.
best.
But
Homeless.
You know what?
Hashtag homeless.
There's an outlet mall
No,
nearby.
yeah, that's
Dun,
not
dun,
good.
dun.
No, yeah, that's not good. Let's go find a hotel. Well, we went on to Hilton Head and we hung out there for, it was probably 2 weeks.
While we
And-
were waiting for parts to come in.
And they said, oh, we'll get them in. Well, they never called Grand Design. They promised to. They never did. And I ended up calling Grand Design to find out they never even called. Then I had to call them back and say, hey, what's the deal? You said you were going to do this. And they're like, oh, yes, that's, everything's good to go. So basically the lies started coming in to cover up things that they were dropping the ball on. And now we were committed. I felt like we were stuck using this dealership to do the repair. And then we get up to almost Christmas. It was like the week prior. It was like, when did we fly home for Christmas? The 17th? And they finally get everything in. And we say, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to drop the rig off. We'll drive the 3 hours back to you. We'll drop the rig off. And we'll fly back for Christmas. And it'll be like, we'll be home for 15, 18 days.
Yeah, it was a long time. We were going to be home for quite a while.
And we'll drop the rig off and you can do the repairs. And they're like, yeah, that's fine. And we dropped the rig off. They went to work on it, and then they called and said they didn't have all the parts. I was so angry. I was fuming. I was so mad. And so I bit my tongue and I said, that's fine. I want it all buttoned up, and we're flying in on Monday, and we have to head to Florida because we have to make the Tampa RV show and start down this way. And we'd have to look for a
Because we were meeting with
dealership.
Switch Crew again.
Yeah.
We had plans to meet Switch Crew, and we're not going to change our plans because they didn't look at it as soon as we had dropped it off. So we were home for almost a little over 3 weeks, I think.
Yeah, it was a long time. January 11th. I know this because it was the day before my birthday. The dates all kind of stuck in my head now. Picked up the rig and we started boogieing down to Tampa. And at this point, Tampa RV show comes up. We're still trying to call around, and now all of the stuff is happening. You just, when you're in this environment, you try to be patient. You try to be kind to the people working in these facilities. We told them that we didn't want to go back up to Myrtle Beach, so they were looking for a place here. I started working with a gentleman here in the Tampa area, and he was very gracious on the phone. But once again, he didn't return phone calls. And that was like another red flag.
And this is, I mean, it has to go into a dealership. We're beyond the point of a mobile tech. I mean, it's a bigger repair than that. So finding a dealership that, if you didn't buy your rig from that dealership,
they don't want to work with you.
Finding somebody that has time, especially in Florida in winter when it's already crowded, it became a pretty big challenge. However, we made a phone call to Grand Design and said, okay, here's the list of things. We've been trying since October. We've tried to be extremely patient. We've had a few snaps, not sure exactly what is wrong with it still.
They were saying, we were told that there was no rollers put underneath the whole thing. It had to completely come out. We were told all of these
several different scenarios of what needed to happen. And to Grand Design's benefit, when we said we've tried and we've tried to be patient, we need help. Can you help us figure out who can get us in? And they did. They found a dealership that would take care of us.
Yes, and I'm going to praise. I will not disparage the other place, but I'm going to praise Lazy Days. And they're outside the Villages in, what is that?
Wildwood.
In Wildwood. And Lori was the manager of that, and then our tech, his name was Mike.
Oh my goodness.
And I cannot say enough good things about the scenario played out. I cannot say enough good things on how they handled it and the professionalism.
I think what was biggest for me, Lazy Days did an amazing job just in communication. Like, I'm okay if you tell me, hey, I dropped the ball. I forgot.
Yes.
I got busy. I forgot to order the parts. Just be honest with me. I can handle that all day long. But Lazy Days, they were amazing in just communicating, hey, we've ordered the parts. Here's the tracking number. They're on their way. Like,
everything.
Here's an email. And then they would call and follow. They just went above and beyond.
Don't you love this?
I didn't know that it went like right now.
Oh, this is beautiful. You're doing great, babe. Just put it all out there in the living room. We'll be fixing it soon. I'm really frustrated. Now, come on.
Okay, we'll just put it over there in the corner. How did we
Okay, we
get
have
this in here?
to tip it this way.
Okay. I can't get the thing to go down there or get stuck between here and
so then
here.
we have to go all the way to the wall if possible.
To the wall.
I bet this thing weighs like 180 pounds. There's just no... I'd have no room. Seriously, we're just gonna have to manhandle it and go up.
Okay.
No, my end.
What?
I have to go up on my end. Okay, here we go. We're
gas now.
full. Don't pull. Don't break a nail. Ouch. Okay, it was fine. What was that noise?
Somebody out there. Oh no, it was our bed. It just raised up.
You gotta help me. These are 150-pound springs.
Babe. And that's the problem. It won't stay down. You put the nice big springs on it.
Here, we need weight.
Yeah, that's got it.
So while we were driving and stuff, while it was broken, I would use a 2x4 to put up here because it would keep it from sucking out.
Yes, it's in there.
It's in here, all right.
The bedroom is in the garage and the living room.
If you have a 395 MS, just so you know, you can put a mattress in the middle there.
Just in case you ever want to.
If you ever need to, if there's enough room. Okay.
Dang.
I'm so going to be happy that this is finished and fixed. It's been a road. There it is. Okay.
So you have the columns and the rails and all that.
They're starting to work on it. The parts have come in. Let's cross our fingers we can put this behind us. But thank you, Lazy Days. Thank you, Mike. Thank you for squeezing us in. Okay. We're setting everything back up in here. First chance to go with the slide. It's in. Oh, it so feels good. Look at all that room. Sheila, you should see all the room. We have room again. Look at this room. We know every dealership, and there's going to be something on here. Well, that was, you know, their experiences are going to be different.
Right.
But I can tell you is how horrible of the experience I had prior to this other organization that was pretty big. This was a valuable lesson. Who you choose to purchase your rig from. See, we purchased our rig back in Kansas City.
Small dealership.
Small, one dealership. You know, they don't have a network. You know, if something breaks, you've got to go to these bigger places. So maybe a bigger network of dealers is not a bad thing to be part of.
Initially I was thinking, oh, I don't know if that's the way to go. I think what the key for us is that Grand Design made the phone call.
Yes.
They got us taken care of, and Lazy Days came in and just was above and beyond with communicating with us.
And Grand Design's always, like, if we've had any problem, they've always stepped up. And that was one of the things when we were researching our rigs, when we found we didn't have the option of a lot of different, you know, manufacturers in Kansas City. She found Grand Design. They had amazing reviews, and I'm glad that the reviews lived up in our situation.
Right. And there's also all other great companies out there as well. Just our personal experiences is Grand Design really took care of us, and does it seem like, you know, October to February is a long time?
Right.
Yeah, especially when you're living in it.
This is true.
And it was a bedroom slide.
Yes, it was our bedroom slide. And then somebody's going to say, well, did it have rollers? Does it not? We learned that our slide does not have rollers underneath it.
It's a new type.
Uh-huh.
It's what do they call it?
Lightweight.
A lightweight slide.
SwinTech slide. And so it did not need it. But what happened on the end is that there's these metal blocks that were in the slide. And for whatever reason, remember, after traveling 20,000 miles, that slide came in and out every 3 to 4 days. So we probably put wear and tear on our rig 4 times faster than the majority of people.
Yep.
And for whatever reason, at some point, those blocks just broke and the whole slide on one side stuck down. And it was rubbing against the wood underneath. That was what happened. They actually replaced the whole SwinTech system all the way around, new motors, everything, and so now we're good to go.
Mike did a great job.
Yeah.
And he did a great job. And Lazy Days and Grand Design, just thank you for
everything.
Like, you came to our rescue.
You are our heroes.
It's amazing how much bigger the bedroom feels now that I can go on my side of the bed. So
absolutely.
It's something like that. It's very frustrating.
It was quite the journey.
It was a long journey to get it all fixed and all figured out, but we were just patient.
Well, yeah, patience. Patience is key in the RV lifestyle.
Yeah.
So hopefully this all helps. Kind of gives you an idea on what to expect if you're starting your journey. Maybe when you're considering who you're buying from, consider the network that you'll be working with if anything does pop up, because things will break. And if you're fooling yourself thinking you're spending a bunch of money on something and it's not going to break, you're sorely mistaken. Something will break at some point.
Regardless of your price point.
Does not matter.
When you're doing your research, dealership matters and the
manufacturers matter. And there's a lot of great manufacturers. I mean, there really is.
Make sure you do your due diligence and pick the right rig for you.
All right, that's our story. We're sticking to it. And hopefully we don't have to have any other stories of big mishaps along our adventure. We've been very blessed to have nothing major happened through the course of this, so that's a good
Yeah,
thing.
we've been on the road now 15 months, and that we had one thing.
That took us almost 4 months to get fixed.
But it wasn't life or death. Like, it wasn't like we could still be in our rig.
Yes. So with all that being said, make sure you like, comment. Those are very important to the YouTube algorithm world. And subscribe so you can see more of our adventures down the road. Until our next video.
Yeah, in a couple days. I guess we'll talk to you then.
So we're out.